Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making chocoflan. I've never made this before, so we are going to learn together. What you're going to need to make the flan part is a can of sweetened condensed milk, a can of evaporated milk, and then vanilla, 4 eggs, and I'm going to use about half a cup of sugar to make the caramel that goes on top. So let's start by putting all of this together. And you're going to put it in a blender so it breaks everything down and actually mixes it very well. Alright, and then we are going to do a splash of vanilla. Alright, and now you're going to blend all of this till you notice that there's nothing left and it's completely mixed together. Okay, so now that we have this mixed, we are going to put our sugar on the stove. And then we also have some water boiling because we are going to need some hot water. And when we put our sugar on the stove, we are going to continually mix it. Try not to put it on too high so it doesn't burn, but this is how we are going to make our caramel. So it'll start melting and you're just going to keep mixing it until it's completely melted. And yeah. Alright, so it's actually starting to melt. All these clumps are sugar clumps that are, well, melting here. So you just got to be really careful that you keep moving and don't let it burn. Just keep stirring until everything is dissolved, and you can actually see our caramel is starting to form. I'm going to turn it down because it is getting a little hot and I don't want it to burn. Alright, so there's that. That's our caramel. Now we're going to take it and we are going to dump it into our mold. So this is what we're going to use to make our chocoflan. Just going to dump it all in there. You can of course use more sugar. I know some people use 2 cups of sugar, some people use 1 cup of sugar. I'm just using this much because I don't want it to be too sweet. And then we're just gonna make sure it's all over our mold here. And you will notice it does start to harden. That's perfectly fine. That's what we want it to do. Alright. Perfect. So once you have that spread in there, just let it sit and it's gonna cool down, and then I will show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, now that we did have the sugar, this is what it's gonna look like when it's cooled after you put it in your mold. And this is all set to go. So we are just going to pour it in here. And you may hear it, get closer. You may hear it start cracking. That's okay, that's just the sugar, it's gonna do that. So yeah, you're just gonna pour that all in here. This may be too much flan, but oh well. Alright, and then you are actually going, okay, show my face now. Alright, you're actually going to take this tray, this big tray that we have the mold in, and you are going to put it in your oven, and that hot water that we have on the stove, we are going to put it on here, but you want to make sure that you cover your mold after you put the flan mix in it with aluminum foil very tightly so no water gets in. Alright, so I'm just going to do that before I put it in the oven, or on the other pan. Alright, so you want to make sure you have that tightly sealed. And now, so you don't burn yourself, you are going to pull this out. Put your tray on it. Then put your mold in. Okay, just like that. And then you're going to take your water that you have boiling on this side here. You're going to take this and pour it into your tray slowly. Alright, and it should come up to about where the flan came up to, so I'm actually going to add more hot water, and then we are going to put it in the oven for an hour at 350 degrees, and we will be back after the hour. Yeah. Okay, so I did go ahead and put that in the oven at 350 degrees. I brought the water level up to about halfway, so about to where the flan came to, and I'm going to leave it in there for about an hour. And then once the hour is up, you're going to take it out, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay guys, so now we are going to make the chocolate part of the Chocoflan. So that's why it's called Chocoflan, because it's half chocolate cake and half flan. So for that, we are going to, I use the Betty Crocker Super Moist Chocolate Cake. I use that for everything, so I just imagine that it'll be good for the Chocoflan. Alright, so there's that. Oops. Now we're going to use the 3 eggs that it says to use. So 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so 3 eggs, and then 1/3 cup of oil. In there, and then instead of water, what I like to use is milk. I feel like milk just makes it taste that much better, and it's a lot more moist than the water is. So I'm gonna use the milk instead of the water. Alright, and then we're gonna take all of this and beat it together, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with it afterwards. So it's been about an hour, and now we have to take the flan out of the oven and put the cake mix that we just mixed. We have to put it on top of that. So we have to be very careful and take it out of the oven. Yikes. Okay. Oh boy, how am I gonna do this? The struggle is real. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can, these don't work. You can feel the heat through them. What if I touch the water? Then what? And now we have to take the aluminum foil off of this. I'm gonna keep my glove. Actually, no, I have to take these off. How do I pull this off? This is gonna be hot. So be careful. I think I sealed this too good, guys. Too good. Alright, so this is what it looks like so far. Now we just have to be very careful. Look at me. Now we just have to be very careful and pour the cake mix on top. Oh, this smells so good. Okay. So I'm going to, I don't know how I want to pour this. I have to pour it really slowly. Very slow. Gentle. Yikes. And we might not use all the cake mix, but I guess we'll see. I don't really know since I've never made this before. Oh, we might just use it all actually, I don't know. So we just have a little bit left, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now we just want to even it out. Make sure it's evenly in there. Alright, looks good enough. Now we have to seal it again. Oh. Okay, so now that it's sealed, we're gonna put it back in the oven into this water. And I did notice that the water level fell a little bit. So we are going to add more water to bring the water level back up. Alright, oh snap. Okay. Carefully again. Gently plop it in there. Oh, see, it got wet. Alright, it's alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to add more water and then I'm going to put it back in the oven for 45 minutes and we will pull it out and see if it's done then. Okay guys, so I did leave it in for 45 minutes. I took it out, I checked it, and it wasn't done. So then I left it in for another 15 minutes and it was done. So I took it out and let it rest for 2 hours. And now I just need to flip it. So let's see if this works. Hold on, ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, el caramelo se está saliendo. I don't think it came out. Oh yeah, it did.
Sí.
Oh, it worked! Alright guys, so my plate is too small, but it came out and it actually worked. So, yeah, now we just gotta see how it tastes.
Juntos.
Es Chocoflan.
¿Y el chocolate dónde está? ¿Y el flan dónde está?
¿A dónde viene? Así.
Yummy.
Ay, ya,
Good.
ya me voy pues porque ya estoy en la
¿Y
puerta.
qué va a venir?
Pues está aquí en la puerta. Oh, ya lo pagó. Ay, qué bien.
Is it good?
Well, good.
Ay, también te hace pero...
You want some?
Y como a mí me da vergüenza hacer ese de...
Alright guys, so that was that. The Chocoflan actually worked, and it was actually pretty easy to make. It just takes a little bit of time and definitely some patience. But my dad said it was really good, so I can't wait to try it myself. But yeah, I'll be back with more videos, more recipes, a bunch of other stuff. So please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!